Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome to this last question mark challenge here today for the 2019 Spanish Grand Prix, round number 5 of the season here, and the start of the European portion of the 2019 calendar. And so we're here today with Valtteri Bottas taking on this challenge here, because we've done Lewis Hamilton already before, Sebastian Vettel as well. I thought it was time for the other man who's won 2 races so far this season for us to tackle the challenge with him. Last to question mark. Obviously, if you're new around here, don't know what the challenge is, we're here for a 25% race here at the Spanish Grand Prix, so it's a short and sweet Grand Prix, one-stopper race this will be, so I can't dawdle with the overtakes, and we're trying to see how far we can get up the order from P20. We're on the F1 2018 game with a 2019 mod on it, so the full driver transfers, the driver liveries, and whatnot here. So you got Leclerc and Ferrari, for example, Gasly and Red Bull, etc., etc., and we're here with the Mercedes car with the silver-looking halo here. We're going to be P20 and seeing how far up the order we can get, and we're going to see if we can do any kind of wizardry maybe in terms of predicting results. We have done that in the past, sometimes here and there, and others I've also sometimes jinxed it as well, with the likes of sometimes the drivers I've chosen to drive the challenge with have always seemed to break their front wing sometimes during the race. I did that with Vettel, I did that with Ricciardo earlier. For the sake of the Mercedes v Mercedes fight, I hope that doesn't happen, because it seems like Mercedes are looking pretty damn dominant, going off the real-life qualifying results of the Spanish Grand Prix just gone, and so I'm hoping that Bottas will be right there in tomorrow's race with Hamilton. But here we go then, to 5 red lights to this Spanish Grand Prix, and we're underway for this last question mark challenge. How far up the order we can get. You've got to say, in a Mercedes car, we're probably aiming to try and get minimum a podium here in this race, really. So full recovery drive needed here from us as Bottas. We try to go down the inside there. It was initially an okay start, but then I wasn't really too sure where to go. We're trying to go around the outside of the Toro Rosso. We just about graze him there, of Albon that is, and now we'll try and find some space maybe on the outside, but we get hit with a bit of dirty air, and Perez is squeezed out by Giovinazzi. So can we now try and make a move? No, we're boxed in on the outside, so again, having to be patient and just wait for the right time to make the move. There we go now. Patience is paying off for us as we make a double pass then on the Racing Point car and the Alfa Romeo Racing, and on to go past the second Toro Rosso of the afternoon of Danke Fiat. Just about there. The Russian on the left-hand side, he's still very much there in the mirrors of the proximity arrow, but we just about managed to find the space on the outside. So pretty good start, actually, up into P13, maybe P12 perhaps, as we get caught up behind Ricciardo in turn 9. Not flat, of course, at this stage of the race, especially with some traffic, but we make a Ricciardo-esque sort of dive, I guess, to the inside of Ricciardo himself, and we're going to squeeze him off and get up into P12. So all in all, I think that's a pretty successful lap number 1 as last question mark challenge efforts go, I guess, on lap number 1. You know, as long as we get near to the points already in the opening lap, that's pretty damn good. So now we move on then to the beginning of lap number 2, trying to chase after Kevin Magnussen here, and you can see up ahead, it looks like Hamilton is not at the moment leading the race there. It looks like Ferrari's leading, so let's see. I doubt that's going to be the case in real life tomorrow. But on that note, guys, do let me know in the comments below, coming off the back of the real life qualifying session we just saw today, let me know your predictions for the race tomorrow on Sunday. Do you think it's going to be a whitewash from Mercedes, and who do you think is going to win from Mercedes? Will it be Bottas or Hamilton? I guess we're trying to see if we can try and pull off some kind of miracle feat here of getting from last to first maybe in this race to try and pull off a Bottas win. We just made a pretty easy pass on Kevin Magnussen, and now we're looking up to line up his teammate Romain Grosjean, so the car is working very well. I can really tell the downforce difference in the corners compared to these midfield teams for sure, and so I think it's going to be a very quick succession of overtakes perhaps as we close up to Grosjean now later on at the end of that lap. Now on to lap 3, this will be as we slingshot through the last corner, not undertaking too much curb on the left, unlike all the real life drivers who seem to be taking a lot of curb on the exit there in the real quali. But here we close up to Grosjean, but actually not that much. You can see he's getting away from us a little bit, so straight line speed wise, that Haas at the moment here in this mod is not looking too bad here. But as we go through the corners, the downforce, like I said, will prevail, and hopefully we'll be able to get him. At the moment I just need to play it a little bit cool, like I said before with the move we made on the Racing Point Alfa Romeo. You know, let's not just dive in here. Obviously, yes, we do need to make the overtakes as quickly as we can to try and cover these positions, but we're also trying to make sure we don't lop off a front wing, and actually we could also lose more time than we gain by making a huge dive, really. Sometimes it's the easier overtake that is the one that's going to find us some more time as we go through the lap. And here we go on the outside, a very nice move there on Romain Grosjean around the outside, unorthodox place to make a move on the outside, but we make it work, and we're up into the points paying positions now, P10, so looking good. And we've got a whole gaggle of cars ahead of us there, the 2 McLarens who are squabbling, and a Hulkenberg, so hopefully we can make maybe a three-man overtake in the next lap, potentially on lap number 4, as we close right up to Hulkenberg. Then he's going very slow indeed. Yellow flags up ahead though, and Hulkenberg goes very, very slow, and we tap his rear end, so Hulkenberg brake checking us, so that's getting very frustrating at the moment as Grosjean also closes back up to us there, so that's a little bit annoying for me. But we've got yellow flags, it's a massive train as we've got smoke coming off one of the cars. cars. It's Sebastian Vettel. He's going to be out of this Spanish Grand Prix, and so let's hope for the sake of the championship fight minimum that doesn't happen in tomorrow's race, but I may have just jinxed it. Let's see. You guys will have to let me know if you come back to this video after Sunday, because I know these videos do get some views afterwards on Sunday rather than Saturday, so if you have watched the real life Grand Prix, then let me know how I did in terms of jinxing anything like this. But this was Vettel who was leading the Grand Prix. Actually, in this instance, it was a Ferrari 1-2 in this fantasy virtual race, unlike probably what is going to be the complete opposite in the real life Grand Prix, unfortunately. But Vettel has a DNF there with an engine failure, and that calls out this safety car, which is very weird. And I got caught up behind Lando Norris here. I don't know what on earth Norris is doing. He's staying behind the safety car, even though the safety car has a green light to let us through, and only now do they let us through. So very, very odd. So I lose some time on the safety car. But this is like one of the rarest times I've had a safety car in one of these last question mark challenges. I've been doing them now for about 2 years, and I think I've only ever had a safety car maybe once before in one of these challenge attempts. I want to say, I think it was the Japanese Grand Prix in 2017. I want to say maybe I had a safety car in a last question mark challenge, a 25% race. Very, very odd, and it does change the race quite a fair bit, because we're going to come in under the safety car now. A load of the midfield guys already came in on the previous lap, so I've already done one whole lap under the safety car. Now we're coming in, but we're still going to gain time on the guys who've opted to stay out here, because of course, being a 25% race, I strap on a set of medium tyres, and that will comfortably get us to the end of the Grand Prix, because we could have gone to the end on soft tyres if we put on lap 6 or 7. So actually I was a little bit peeved off at the time, because I didn't know my engineer in game automatically switched me onto medium tyres, because I would have fully gone onto soft tyres. I think we could have made it to the end of the Grand Prix on softs, but nonetheless we're on mediums. We're in P10 still, so we've not really lost a position here making that pit stop. Hulkenberg's stayed ahead of us here, but we've effectively still gained a position somewhere, and we're going to gain even more, because look at this now. The safety car is going to come in, and all the cars ahead of us, ahead of Hulkenberg as well, but basically the top cars, they've all not pit yet. They're all still on the same set of tyres they started the Grand Prix on, so they will have to pit again, and we're so much closer now, so this is pretty much going to line up a pretty damn easy line of overtakes once they make their pit stop. So let's just play it cautious and see how many positions we gain, but I reckon this could be a very, very good result for us here and catapult us right to the top. But meanwhile, we're going to overtake the Renault of Hulkenberg there. No match for us in a straight line. We go down the inside there and into turn 2, squeeze them out, and that was a real big difference of straight line speed for the Renault and the Mercedes car. Obviously, in real life, Hulkenberg didn't have too much of a great time in quali there, being knocked out in Q1. A little bit embarrassing, to be honest, after looking so strong against Ricciardo, and Ricciardo made it to Q3, so a little bit weird, and Hulkenberg's going to have to try and sort out his issues there. But anyway, moving back to our race then, we're closing up to Grosjean, who's tucked up behind this fight between Raikkonen and the two Renaults of Norris and Sainz. We go down the inside for this switchback move on Grosjean, and now find ourselves right up the chuff of Raikkonen, and you can see the two McLarens going hammer and tong nearly side by side up the hill then, but it's going to be Carlos Sainz, the home favourite, that gets the better of Norris there up the hill. But can we make a diving move on Raikkonen? We're going to try and go for it, but Raikkonen also makes a diving move on Lando Norris, so it's 3 wide into the left-hander. Fantastic scenes there. I did not think he was going to do that. I made the move on Raikkonen, and Raikkonen just thought, you know what, mate, I'm also going to make the move on Norris, so we're both going to have to make this move stick. And we've made it work, and so we made a double pass there up into P6 then, so looking very good. We've still got a long way to go in this Grand Prix. Hamilton's going to come in, Norris is going to come in, Sainz is in ahead of us as well. Both Ferrari cars are going to come in, as well as the Red Bull guys, and so we're up into first place of the Spanish Grand Prix. And remember, I'm going to the end of the Grand Prix, so this safety car strategy, pitting under that safety car, has worked an absolute treat. And what you know, we're in first place, and I think it's going to be a pretty damn easy last to first place confirmation for this challenge. And unfortunately, it's a very dull Grand Prix then to the end of it. Lap 17, here we are, last lap of the Grand Prix, and it's all just a matter of coming through and confirming our race win here. So we've done the perfect challenge here, last to first with Valtteri Bottas. Let's hope though that's not a sign of things to come for the real life Grand Prix tomorrow, because it was a very dull Grand Prix for about 2/3 of that race. So let's hope that's not the case in tomorrow's race. But you know, Spain being Spain, there's a good chance of it, and with the Mercedes looking so strong, you never know. But let's see if I've done any wizardry and I've predicted Bottas with the win. You guys will have to let me know in the comments below. But there you go, we booked in the win for Valtteri Bottas.
You worked hard for that one. Congratulations.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. So, Anne, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
So yeah, guys, that's been the last question mark challenge here today for the 2019 Spanish Grand Prix, recorded after the real-life quali, but before the race. So let me know, depending on when you watch this video, let me know what your predictions are for the race tomorrow, or if you come back and eventually watch this video after the race on Sunday, then let me know how I did and how you found the race, obviously. But yeah, if you did enjoy the challenge, we successfully did that last P20 to P1, the most we can obviously ask for in this challenge. So good job, well done, if I do say so myself. So be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, do subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. I've been aarava. Hope you enjoy the rest of the day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.